Oh.
Welcome to my channel.
Oh, welcome to my channel too. And we have saxophones. Here's my kid's saxophone. Here's his grown-up saxophone. You ready to hit it? One, two, 3, hit!
Hi friends, I'm the Saxophone Oracle, and this week I want to talk about improvisation, specifically for the beginner. So the beginner improviser, someone who has never improvised before. So whether you're just starting out learning sax or you're an experienced player but you've just never improvised. I mean, this is really common. There are people who just, for whatever reason, I could never do it, they think, or they're intimidated by it, or they think their ears aren't good enough, whatever the case may be. So I want to discuss two approaches that we can take to getting our feet wet, getting used to, getting comfortable with improvising, the idea of improvisation, etc. Now, the reason I wanted to talk about this week, or the reason I got the idea to talk about it this week, is that this past weekend, I have a young daughter. She's 4. She's going to be 5 soon. And she was tinkling away at the piano. I've never pushed my daughter into music. There's always music around. She knows Daddy plays music. There's a grand piano sitting here. Daddy's friends are musicians, but she just, like any kid, she likes to sing and dance. We like listening to the Beatles together. She really loves King Curtis of all saxophone players. I think it's because his name is King. But in any case, I've never pushed music, and somehow in the last 6 months, she's sort of gotten interested in the piano. She's been coming up to it more and more and playing and experimenting. And I was watching this past weekend, and I was just kind of in awe of the process, the way a child approaches an instrument with no preconceived notions, with no idea of what it's supposed to sound like, what it is, what it isn't. It's pure improvisation, and it's pure experimentation, and it's incredible to watch how they try things. Sometimes she plays very simply, but she was playing with 2 hands. She was trying to play chords in her left hand and a melodic thing in the right hand. And if there was something she really liked, she would stick with it and repeat it. If there's something she didn't like, she would leave it. And it was pretty safe. It was mostly the white notes. I think she figured out that if you add the black notes, there's going to be some dissonance. Anyway, but just watching the child approach this, it's so cool. And adults, I don't know what it is. We have this idea of what is right and wrong, and yes, we can do it and we don't. And kids, they just don't, They're not worried about if it's a good note or a bad note, or if it's right or wrong. And if it was right or wrong, they don't care anyway. It's just this joy of touching the instrument and playing and experimenting and seeing what happens. And in essence, that's what improvisation is. Now, I know many of you will say, well, when I think of, I'm sure I could do that. When I think of improvisation, that's not what I have in mind. Okay, fair enough. But we all have to start somewhere, right? We all have to get our feet wet. We have to, we don't start at here. I know everyone wants to sound like Sonny Rollins. I would love to sound like Sonny Rollins too, by the way. But it doesn't work like that. You have to start, and we have to have realistic expectations. We're not overnight gonna play like that. It takes years and years of practice and study and theory and ear training and whatever else. But we have to start somewhere. And if you don't start, you're never gonna get there. So 2 approaches. So the first approach is basically what I was watching my daughter do. So I would say we're gonna give yourself some parameters, a little box. So take one scale, whether it's a blues scale, a pentatonic scale, major, minor, doesn't matter. If that's too much for you, take half a scale, 5 notes, take 3 notes, whatever it is. Give yourself a box and something to work with so that you don't have to worry about all kinds of other things. You don't have to worry about harmony. You don't have to worry about whatever. You're going to take 3 notes, 5 notes, 7 notes, whatever it is, and 5 minutes a day, 10 minutes a day, whatever it is, you're just going to experiment. You're going to see what possibilities you can come up with. You know, you're going to play long notes, you're going to play short notes, you're going to play different rhythms, you're going to repeat things, you're going to play larger intervals, you're going to play smaller intervals, whatever. But you're in the safe space of this parameter you've set for yourself, so this scale. And it's really that simple. That's how I would suggest starting out, and just have fun with it, right? There's no expectation. You're taking these 5, 6 notes and see what you can do. We're experimenting. There's no right or wrong. You're in the safety of your own home. There's no one judging you, and we'll go that way. So I'm gonna demonstrate it. I'm gonna pick concert C harmonic minor scale. So on tenor saxophone, D harmonic minor, super easy, super safe, and I'm just gonna play with it. Only the notes of that scale, and that's it. So here's a little example. Anyway, you get the idea. I started out super simply. I was playing different rhythms. I was trying repetitive things. I was trying to get into certain sounds. I was trying to, okay, so that's what the flat 6 of this, okay, that's what it is. Let me see if I can remember it if I deviate away. Just experimenting, right? There's no right or wrong. Was that good? I don't know, probably not, but it was a whole heck of a lot of fun. And it was a really safe way to approach it. There was nothing wrong. I had my parameters, and it was just try things. Long note, short note, staccato, legato, repetition, big intervals, arpeggios based on the scale, whatever it is, different melodic ideas. It's just exploring, getting comfortable with the idea that we don't need a sheet of music in front of us. We have a set of notes. Let's play with it. Let's see what we can come up with, and just get used to the idea that we can do this. It's not magic. It's not a magic trick. We can all do it. So here's the second approach. We're going to take a song that we already know super well. It could be as simple as Mary Had a Little Lamb. It could be New York, New York, Fly Me to the Moon. Whatever it is, something that you know and that you're comfortable with. And what I suggest here is that you just take it and mess with it, right? See what you can do. See what you can change. It doesn't have to be big. It could be the smallest thing. Change one rhythm, one note, hold something longer than it's written, or whatever. But try and do something interesting and musical and unique with it. If you do something and it sounds funny, then don't do it again. Try something else and try and build on that. I'm going to demonstrate with the tune that everyone's heard. It's called You Are My Sunshine. We all know it. And I'm going to start very simply, and I'm going to just mess with it, and I'm going to get a little bit more complicated with it. But as I get more complicated, I'm not going to abandon the melody of the song. So I'm going to add a note here, take a note away there, play with the rhythm, put in little turns or trills, things like that. Whatever it is, but not abandon the melody. You get the idea. Two very simple approaches. Number one, give yourself some kind of parameter, something that you're going to work with, and work with only that. And see what you can do with it. 5-10 minutes a day. Just experiment. Just have no music in front of you. Pick some notes. Try it out. Second approach, take something that you know, fiddle with it, mess with it. See if you can make it more interesting, better or worse, it doesn't matter. But just get into the habit, into the practice of trying things, and safely. Little things here and there until you get more comfortable to be more and more adventurous with it. Simple as that. So I'd love for you to try that this week. I'm the Saxophone Oracle. that's what I wanted to talk about this week. I hope you try it. If you do, I'd love to hear what your experience is with it. Please drop a comment below, send me an email. If you have any questions, let me know. I'd love to answer them in any future videos. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe. It's people like you, by sharing, spreading the word. If you like what you see, that's going to get this channel to grow. Thank you as always for watching. I'm the Saxophone Oracle. I wish you happy practicing. See you next Tuesday. Bye-bye.
So before that, we have to do a jam, lots of jams, and we're doing so many jams, like 4 jams.
4 jams?
Yep. And for when we're done this one, I'll say stop, and then we'll do the next one and talk.
Okay. Jam.